Coming up on TV-10 News, winter isn't over for another month, but the roads are getting rougher by the day. Which streets in town are closed and how much worse they're going to get.
And poor pavement isn't the only trouble for drivers. McLean County is running out of something critical for keeping winter roads safe. Will they have enough and what that means for your daily commute?
Plus, sometimes life gives you lemons, and life gave ISU a prominent lemon last night. What that meant for students.
Your TV-10 News at noon starts right now.
Your campus, your community, your life. This is Bloomington Normal's one and only live newscast, TV-10 News.
Poor pavement, potholes, and problems. A few things drivers all across the state are dealing with.
And some streets in the Twin Cities are so bad they'll have to close.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Eads.
And I'm Lindsay Harrison.
Are the winter-worn roads worse than years past?
We'll tell you, but first, TV-10's Gina McCoy is here live in the studio. Gina, could local drivers expect delays?
Well, Lindsay, the portions that are closed are not highly traveled. However, drivers trying to get to Eastview Church and Normal Community High School will need to find alternate routes. These roads are in bad conditions due to the freezing weather and will be closed until mid-spring. 2 roads in Normal will be closed for some repairs. These roads include Hershey from Shepherd to Rab, and Rab from North Point Drive to Hershey. These portions of the road are old townships and came in with the annexation. Luckily, these roads aren't highly traveled, but people going to Eastview Church and Normal Community High School can expect to take alternate routes. The Normal Public Works Director described to us the current conditions of these roads.
It's kind of a shortcut road, and this time of year, you know, it's a time for potholes, so a lot of freeze-thaw happens. And so the road is under a lot of stress right now, and it has some potholes. And when on a road like this, even when the frost leaves the ground, it gets wet. And roads like this are susceptible to damage during the early spring periods too.
The town will continue to patch potholes, and crews will remain busy as there is another round of snow in the near future. Eldridge also shared with us why it was a good decision to close the roads.
We've actually shut this road segment down for the last couple of years, and so we felt this was the thing to do, just to minimize the damage to the road and minimize damage to people's vehicles also.
With the expected forecast, unfortunately, these roads are only going to get worse. For TV-10 News, I'm Gina McCoy. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Gina. And it's not just in Normal. Roads have deteriorated all throughout Illinois. According to WJBC, the chairman of the Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association, John Bryan, says the conditions are the worst he's seen in 30 years. Potholes can cause some pretty expensive car repairs, including tires, rim damage, and suspension and alignment issues. And while there will be temporary repairs to the roads, there just isn't enough money to actually rebuild many of them.
And potholes and poor pavement aren't the only things troubling Twin City drivers. McLean County is running out of something important for keeping the roads safe. TV-10's Tyler Merritt is here live in the newsroom. Tyler, what is there a shortage of?
Well, Aaron, salt has been used on roads more than usual this year, but I found out it may not be as much of a problem as some may have thought. The town of Normal's 11 salt trucks have been out more than most winters due to the rough weather, and that of course means more salt usage. Despite the increase, the Public Works Director of Normal assured me the city still has enough salt to last at least 3 or 4 more major winter storms. Other alternatives are always ready to be used, just in case.
Other things that can be used are sand, certain types of cinders, but you don't want to put these things down because they kind of make everything messy and they track, you know, on the pavement, but that is a possibility.
Snow and ice removal has not only been a problem here in the town of Normal, but also throughout the campus of ISU. Illinois State University usually begins the year with around 350 tons of salt, which usually lasts the whole winter season. This year, however, that amount has doubled. It isn't always whether the salt is available, but whether the salt can get to campus.
There has been a shortage of getting salt as far as getting it here. When the river freezes up, then the barges can't make it up the river. So therefore, that creates a small shortage.
The university was a little short on salt, but today a shipment of 80 tons arrived, which should last through the winter season. That's only if Mother Nature will cooperate. Both the town and the university want to use this year to learn how to conserve salt better for the future. For TV-10 here in the newsroom, I'm Tyler Merritt.
Thanks, Tyler. Normal Mayor Chris Coos is in Washington, D.C. today. Mayor Coos is speaking to a U.S. House panel about the Uptown Station, giving testimony about how investment in transportation helps with development and economic success. Coos was also featured in a profile of Normal in Transportation for America.
Meanwhile, Bloomington is working on a different project. The City Council wants to improve the Creativity Center. That's a collection of offices and classrooms for performing and fine arts groups. The council is considering spending at least $600,000 on renovations. Mayor Terry Renner says the building does need improvements, but it's up to the council to decide how much.
Heartland Community College appointed their newest trustee. Becky Rapp was appointed to the District 450 board on Monday night. Rapp will replace Terry Baggett, who resigned in January. Heartland had many interested applicants send in letters about the position, but they said in the end they felt Rapp was their ideal trustee.
You might be planning to duck out of school for the summer, but some students have to get their gaggle together.
And if you mess with one duck, you might have to deal with the whole flock. TV-10's Emily Pomorsky tells us why.
Summer school! Though it still looks like winter outside, the School of Communication suggests that students start thinking about summer. School of Com held the Get Your Ducks in a Row event for students interested in summer courses.
I am 2 years behind in school, and to be able to graduate in May, I have to do full course loads this summer and the summer after graduation. So just trying to be prepared.
While registration for the fall semester vastly approaches, students may start to take into consideration the benefits of summer classes.
It's very important to have your ducks in a row. A lot of students struggle with making sure that they have all their courses completed when they need to be able to graduate when they want to. So if you're thinking ahead, planning ahead, getting your ducks in a row, then it makes it a little bit more likely that you're going to be out of here on time.
A summer class may limit the course load and stress for students during the school year.
Taking summer courses, students can graduate in a timely manner. They can make their course loads during the fall and the spring much lighter. And a lot of students, it's just a great experience. They can get some credits out of the way while they're working or doing internship opportunities at the same time.
Students can get ducky with the School of Com by enrolling in a summer course to stay on track for graduation. TV-10 News, I'm Emily Pomorsky.
If you need to get your ducks in a row, you can start registering for summer classes in March.
It's National Eating Disorders Awareness Week, and Student Counseling Services had an event to bring public attention. TV-10's Sarah Clayton was there.
You wouldn't be able to tell it's wood unless you saw this.
After 1.5 years of planning for the Beautiful Art Show, the day is finally here. The Eating Disorders and Outreach team of the Student Counseling Services has brought Beautiful to campus, supported by the University Galleries.
When I saw the opportunity for the show, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect. It's like a portrait of myself if I were consider myself a piece of meat, or how other people may see themselves as a piece of meat.
Many students submitted artwork to be displayed here and have come to view it. Other students just came to see the beautiful artwork. One student had a unique experience, being asked to be in a piece of artwork and showing to others that she can be beautiful.
I think it's really cool because having been someone with low self-esteem before, it allows me to give back some of my confidence to the rest of the world and say, hey, I own my body now. It's possible for you as well.
The art show shines light on important issues and brings them to the public's eye, sending Student Counseling Services' message out with it.
Second, I think it's really important for me personally to get out there the message of accepting yourself, loving yourself, that every body is beautiful.
This being the first year Student Counseling Services has put on an event like this, their hope for the future is to have creative and informative events for the public. For TV-10 News, I'm Sarah Clayton.
The Be Beautiful Gallery will be on exhibit until March 26th.
Well, speaking of beautiful things, a California couple found something very beautiful in their backyard yesterday, and their neighbors are shocked what it is and how much it's worth.
And an international trial has a new twist. Two accused of murder have always been working together, but now it's no longer clear who they are and what that means. All that and more when we return.
Welcome back. A leopard on the loose creates panic in India. A couple in California finds millions buried in their backyard in a shakeup in an international trial.
And that tops our look at your world at the noon hour. Amanda Knox and her ex-boyfriend Rafael Solicito might not be getting along like they used to. Knox is in the middle of her second trial for murder of Meredith Kircher. Knox and Solicito have always backed each other's cases, but in an interview, Solicito said he has lingering questions. Knox says that's a result of him being used as a scapegoat. Next year, they'll both appeal their case to the Italian Supreme Court.
It's a new gold rush in California after a couple found more than $10 million worth of gold coins buried on their property. It's thought to be the largest discovery of its kind in the country. They saw something shiny on the ground, dug, and found cans with more than 1,400 coins inside. These coins are from the 1800s. No one knows how they got there, but the coins were confirmed as authentic.
A leopard was on the loose this weekend, causing panic in an Indian city. It happened in New Delhi. A big cat broke out of a hospital and went on to enter an apartment block and a cinema. 7 people were injured. The leopard ultimately escaped. Authorities are still looking for it. This is the latest in a series of big cat attacks in India. Police say since December, 9 people in India have died from tiger attacks.
Joining us now is Demarise Mendez with a look at our weather. Demarise, why is it so cold outside?
Right? That's a big question. We seem to be at an inconsistent battle between cold and warm weather. Right now we're at 3 degrees with a high of 13. Sunny skies with winds coming at 8 miles per hour from the west. There's negative temperatures up north. That's where we're getting our cold front from, and that's where we get the 3 degrees. We have a wind chill of negative 14, so you'll want to dress warm and get a head start on your early commute. The snow is coming from up north, which indicates that it'll be traveling down, so we'll be experiencing some snow in the weeks ahead. Tonight we're going to drop down to 1 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy with 20% chance of precipitation and wind coming at 19 miles per hour from the west. We're going to be expecting 3 degrees on Thursday with a low of 7. Friday we have a 20% chance of snow, 28 degrees. Saturday we'll be at 24 degrees with also a 30% chance of snow. Sunday we have a 70% chance of snow at 20 degrees, and Monday we'll see some clouds in the morning and it'll clear up with some sun in the afternoon.
Well, I gotta say, I'm getting really tired of the cold, and it just seems like it's gonna keep coming. And more snow, you said?
Yes, definitely on Sunday we have a big 70% chance of snow.
Well, that's very unfortunate, but I guess that's how it goes around here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Demarise.
All right.
Coming up next, basketball season isn't over yet, and Jeff Hager is going to give us a look at your sports.
And Tim Van Dyne will join us in the studios. He gives us a unique restaurant in Uptown Normal.
Welcome back. It's time once again for Before You Walk, when we show you what you don't want to miss out on before you graduate.
And if you're looking for a great college experience, TV-10's Tim Van Dyne is here to tell us about a very fulfilling one. Tim?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with another segment of Before You Walk, where we highlight certain activities and places you should experience before you graduate. This week, I explored one of the more unique restaurants in Uptown Normal. Take a look. Uptown Normal features a variety of great cuisine to choose from, and one restaurant brings a Mediterranean and Greek taste from back home. The Rock Restaurant is a 50-year-old family-run business that started in Lebanon and has become a normal tradition for the past 15 years. And what makes The Rock unique is its diverse menu.
This is number one selling, gyros, lemon beef on a pita, onion, tomato, tzatziki sauce. This is top. And then number two is kind of the falafel and the Philly cheesesteak. And I'm happy because falafel never used to be on the top 5 items. The last year it's been. And then number 3 would be the Philly cheesesteak, I would say. It's the steak breakaway with the grilled onion and cheese and all this. This is the top selling items that we have.
Another big item on the menu, I mean literally big, is the triple gyro cheeseburger. It's a mouthful just to say, can you imagine eating it? It's the Rock's Food Challenge, and many have finished it.
It comes out of the grill, you gotta let it sit for a little bit. And then if you really want to do the challenge, I would say separate it, the bread and the meat, cut it, make sure everything is ready as a small bites to eat. And then maybe you'll have a chance to finish it on time.
All right, now it's time to try and conquer the triple gyro cheeseburger. The last guy to do it did it in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Can't make any promises, but I'm gonna try to beat that today. I honestly don't know where to start, so I'm just gonna give it my best try. The clock was ticking. I continued to eat, but as the saying goes, my eyes started to look bigger than my stomach. I had to call it quits.
All right, I can't eat any more of this burger. I mean, it was really good. Just couldn't eat anymore of it. So I'm gonna have to throw in one of the many towels that I used today. Andre Morton, you are a better man than I am.
The Monster Burger was way too much for me, but maybe you could be the next person to get your picture on the wall at the Rock restaurant. And for all of you at home and in studio, it's pronounced gyro, not Euro or gyro. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Tim. You know, I definitely couldn't eat one of those.
I don't know. I think I might have a chance.
I'll leave you to it then.
Oh, okay.
Coming up, the ISU men's basketball team is in action at home for the final time this season. We'll tell you about the game you don't want to miss.
And the Redbirds' arch rival Bradley hosted an undefeated Wichita State last night. Stay tuned to see if the Shockers kept shocking. Your Sports is next.
Welcome back. I'm Jeff Hager with your sports. It's senior night at Redbird Arena tonight. Well, senior night for some of the fans, as Illinois State has no seniors on the men's basketball team. TV-10's Mike O'Brien is live outside of Redbird Arena with more on tonight's game.
All right, well, thanks, Jeff. I'm here outside Redbird Arena where tonight the Redbirds will take on the Sycamores out of Indiana State. If there's no other modern phrase that more accurately describes the Redbird season thus far, it's that there's no place like home. Here at Redbird Arena, the Redbirds are 11-3, beating their opponents on average of 10 points per game. Whereas when they hit the road, they're 3-9, losing on average of 13 points per game. The last time they saw these Sycamores in Terre Haute, they lost by 16 points. Led from 5 different players on Indiana State, scoring in double-digit figures, of course, one being Jake Odom, who many believe to be the best point guard in the Valley next to Fred VanVleet out of Wichita State. The Redbirds only shot 21.1% from the three-point line, so look for that to be another key factor in whether they win or lose later on tonight. But some optimistic news, with Wichita State beating Bradley last night, the Redbirds have now secured a spot no lower than 6th place come St. Louis time, which means they do not have to play that Thursday play-in game. Winning tonight over Indiana State will be a huge momentum boost going into tournament play before they end the season on March 1st down in Carbondale to take on the Salukis. And although there are no seniors here at Redbird Arena, be sure to come on down and have some fun because this is the last time we will see them this season. Reporting live from Redbird Arena, I'm Mike O'Brien. Back to you guys at the desk. I'm going to go inside, try and get some feeling back into my face.
We hope Mike can get warm, and we appreciate it, Mike. Undefeated and second-ranked Wichita State traveled to Bradley yesterday looking to become the first 30-0 team in men's Division I history. The opening tip would be as close as the Braves would get on senior night at Cover Arena, as in the first half, Ron Baker slams one home. Baker finished with 15 points. Late in the first half, Cleanthony Early with the easy three-pointer giving the Shockers a 12-point lead. It's hard to believe that he was a junior college transfer. The second half would continue to be all Shockers as the Rockford native Fred VanVleet knocks down the three-pointer. Shockers win 69-49. The Illinois Wesleyan women's basketball team was also in action, hosting North Park University. Wesleyan never trailed in last night's game as they knock off the Vikings 73-52. The Titans improved their record to 18-7 overall and 12-2 in conference. Lexi Baltz led all scorers with 16 and added 3 steals. The Illinois State's men's golf team was in action yesterday as they traveled to Goodyear, Arizona for a tournament. It came down to a tiebreaker decision for first place between Air Force and ISU, with the Redbirds walking away victorious after the officials looked at the team low in the third round. Illinois State finished with an overall score of 849, and Parker Freeberg led the Redbirds with a score of 207 for the 3 rounds. Bloomington Thunder was also in action last night at the U.S. Cellular Coliseum as they hosted the Knoxville Ice Bears. Regulation and overtime was not enough to decide a winner in the contest as the teams entered the shootout still tied at 0. The teams kept the same flow as the game as the winning goal didn't come until the bottom of the 9th when Harry Mahesh buries one on the low stick side wrister. B.J. O'Brien recorded 33 saves in the win for the Thunder.
All right, so senior night for ISU fans, I guess, not for the basketball team really, but it is their last home game tonight. What do you think about their chances?
Well, it should be a really exciting atmosphere as they're playing a great Indiana State team. They're second place, and like you heard Mike said, they already avoided Thursday night, so it should be a really great game, and get ready for Arch Madness.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, coming up next, we'll show you how ISU was faced last night with that age-old cliche, when life gives you lemons.
And a few lucky students did see a lemon last night. We'll show you how the experience was special for them when we come back.
They say when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade.
And that's just the message that a special guest tried to relate to ISU students last night.
CNN anchor Don Lemon came to ISU's cultural dinner last night to share his life and career experiences. Not all of them are positive. In fact, many reflected adversity that he had to overcome. But he turned his lemons into lemonade.
After the dinner, Lemon had a meet and greet to answer more in-depth questions. Using a sense of humor, Lemon gave advice to the students. Some of it revolved around a successful career, but his end message was to work hard in life.
And regardless of what, this is not about being successful in your career or whatever, but that will help you be a successful person.
Definitely seems like he has nothing but lemonade to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very, very cool to be there.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
All right, joining us again is Demarise with a quick recap of our weather. Demarise?
Tomorrow we're going to have 3 degrees, and Friday, we're going to rise to 28 degrees, and Friday we're going to be 24, so it's going to get warm, but Sunday we might have some snow.
20 degrees sounds warm. Wow.
Yes. Sounds like a beach day to me.
Well, that's all we have today for news, weather, and sports.
Tune in every day at weekdays at noon. Thanks for joining us.